This question is from Jake. The question is curious to hear about evidence regarding different types of liquid carb sources intra-workout. So sometimes this individual, Jake, trains for over 2 hours in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, has been trying a polysaccharide product made from potato, rice, and corn. And this is something that really got big in the fitness world, these kind of designer carbohydrates. And
Highly branched cyclic dextrin.
exactly. You'd hear about these products and
high molecular weight carbohydrate.
you'd hear about molecular weight. That was always a
Yep.
big selling point. And they talk about the exact branched structure of the starch polymer of a particular product. I got to be honest. So I did publish one study on kind of like designer carbohydrate back in grad school. At that time, I had looked into the literature and I had never seen anything that was particularly spectacular from some of these designer carbohydrate products. I'd never seen anything where I was like, wow, that is a huge deal and makes a big difference. I haven't revisited that literature in detail in a while, but I honestly don't think you can do much better than a very simple 6 to 8% carbohydrate solution. The total amount of carbohydrate you would ingest ultimately depends on the volume and the intensity of the work that you're doing. And of course, by extension, the duration as well. So, I mean, 30 grams an hour, maybe up to 60 grams an hour, unless you're doing really prolonged, really intense stuff. That's usually plenty to get you through. And when it comes to, like I said, a 6 to 8% carbohydrate solution as a beverage, I think, if you're only having like 30 grams per hour, the exact source of carbohydrate doesn't really seem to matter that much. But the more that you ramp up your intake in grams per hour, the more you have to think about transporters in the gut. And so glucose and fructose are transported a little bit differently. So when you start really pushing the carb intake intra-workout, you have to consider what's going to be very efficiently taken up into systemic circulation. You also have to consider what's going to be easier on your gut in terms of reducing GI distress. So that's why I do like to have a liquid source of carbs. In order to get around some of those considerations, a really simple way to do it is to have a ratio of approximately 2 to 1 when you're considering your carb source and thinking, in the digestion process, what simple sugar is this going to end up being before it's absorbed? Usually a ratio of 2 parts glucose to 1 part fructose is a good place to start. And so what I mentioned here, 6 to 8% carbohydrate, approximately 2 to 1 ratio of glucose to fructose, you're going to find similar stuff in pretty much any commercial sports beverage that isn't like the special 0 or low carb version. So if you were to just get like a regular Gatorade or Powerade or whatever is big these days, it's probably going to be pretty close to fitting these criteria. And this is pretty much what the evidence would push you towards. So for me personally, if I know it doesn't sound very interesting or sophisticated or nuanced, but like if I was going to do some stuff that needed some intra-workout carb, I'd probably grab a Gatorade. And I think there's probably a reason why, like in high level sport, that is a very common way to go with it.
Have you looked into any of the research suggesting that if you consume highly branched cyclic dextrin during your workout, the increased gains you're going to experience will be, quote, nothing less than shocking?
No, where was that published?
T Nation.
Okay.
On the Plasma sales page. So whenever I think about this stuff, I always think about the T Nation sales campaign when they launched Plasma, their reactive pump supplement. So let's just read from these research findings that they published on their sales page. The plasma formula also contains highly branched cyclic dextrin, which is a specialized carbohydrate that significantly increases metabolic rate and performance levels. Research shows that highly branched cyclic dextrin benefits athletes in these powerful ways: increases VO2 max and time to exhaustion in elite swimmers, makes intense exercise actually feel easier, decreases stress hormone levels following exhaustive exercise, provides rapid hydration and nutrient loading without increasing gastric emptying time, and increases endurance to fatigue by 27% over glucose supplementation and doesn't spike insulin in comparison. Taking timed plasma doses before, during, and after training loads the muscles with key anabolic nutrients, aka glucose, for
Does it
maximize.
say AKA glucose?
No, that's
Okay.
I'm ad libbing. I'm riffing.
Yeah.
For maximizing performance and enhanced recovery. The term for this, so here comes some specialized jargon. The term for this muscle engorging effect is called the quote reactive pump. The reactive pump makes muscle hyper responsive to nutrient uptake and hyper responsive to growth signaling. It also provides you with unbreakable performance in the gym and competition. By uniquely preloading and pumping key nutrients into muscle, plasma doses enable you to perform at and beyond your limits. There are no limits. You can exceed them now. While recovering so fast, you'll be excited to go back to the gym. Not only that, the increased gains you're going to experience from plasma pulsing will be nothing less than shocking. So anyway, I mean, I think they published this research back in like fucking 2011 or something.
It was a blind spot.
Yeah. You might be a little bit behind the cutting edge empirical findings here.
Fair enough. We will teach it as a controversy then.
Dude, I think we've talked about this before. One of my soft spots is I love supplement marketing. I think it's so fucking funny. And
Yeah.
that era of T Nation was the best.
Yeah.
Because like first they come out with Anaconda delivering the anabolic load. I don't need to spell out the subtext there, but it was basically just like, what if we put together every supplement we sell into a protocol where like your supplement stack per workout is going to run you about $8 or whatever. And it's like, well, okay, that's shameless cash grab, very funny marketing. What you got next? What they had next was Indigo 3G, which is basically a blueberry extract that they were treating as if it was like a state secret, where like the early buyers, they sent them a single bottle in like a special Kevlar case. So that was a very funny rollout for something that was just like an anthocyanin extract. And then the end of this golden era of biotest marketing was plasma, which is literally just like a starch supplement that they're just and most of the marketing leading up to it was just like they take prominent individuals in the fitness community and somehow get them to say, man, I've been training hard and I've been growing a lot of muscle, more than I expected, and somehow I'm getting too lean. Yeah. I can't stop myself getting leaner. I'm consuming effectively sugar throughout my entire workout, and somehow I just can't stop getting shredded.
Yeah.
God, that was the best. They've really fallen off. I don't know how the business is doing, but they have not made as audacious of supplement claims recently, and honestly, I miss it. I have a biotest new supplement launch sized hole in my heart that can only be filled by a new completely audacious biotest supplement. Their next one was Brain Candy, which was basically just basically like a 5-hour energy with some theanine in it. And like, I'm sure it was fine, but like, it wasn't as funny. There were no anabolic loads being delivered.
Yeah.
The marketing wasn't as over the top. So TC, if you're listening to this, hit us with some more of the crazy shit.
Double down.
I need the crazy shit. I need the anabolic load 2.0.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
I will say I miss the days because all that stuff was hitting when we were like young.
Yes.
And I remember getting ripped off from all the supplement claims from various companies. But at least I had hope in my heart. Yeah. You know, I would buy I would literally switch from one pre-workout to another pre-workout that had a virtually identical set of ingredients. And I'd be like, maybe this is going to be my secret weapon. Like maybe this is what puts me over the hump here. I very much do miss that type of optimism. And of course, the entertainment value is
Yeah.
exceptional.